Hey guys, hope everyone is having a really epic Sunday. Still wearing my Lakers jersey, loud and proud. Good victory for those guys. I think it was during the week actually. Um, so got a couple of like really good questions. One of the things in our inner circle program, people email me any questions at any time. We get back to them, and I got a couple of really good ones that I wanted to share some responses to publicly. So first of all, is getting 200 leads per month good for a business? Okay, so on the outside, it is really good, right? So your lead generation's in flow. You're getting 50 leads a week. You probably have some paid funnels that are working really well. So of course, getting leads is always a good thing, but you have to be able to handle those leads and be able to contact them and turn those leads into trials. So one of the things I find with businesses, especially when they start to work with an agency or they generate a ton of leads, is the business owner or the sales systems often go into overwhelm. It's actually why we're launching this ACR system where it'll contact all of your leads for you. But if you want to have 200 leads per month, you have to have the ability to contact them. So, you're probably going to, yourself and your team will be doing 150 follow-up calls per day. If that's a system, you're following a lot of texts and a lot of emails. So automation is going to be vitally important for you to save time. You more want to have a think, guys, of how many leads can you service per week and how many trials can you bring on. We're always aiming in business to, be able to onboard as many people as we can really efficiently. But if getting 200 leads per month and you're actually losing those leads where you're not contacting them, you're not getting them booked in for trials, and you're not following your, sales follow-up systems, then it can actually be detrimental for your business, because you're going to lose those leads. Then they're going to look elsewhere. So when you're kind of setting your targets, often it's not about how many leads can I get. Can I get like the most leads possible? It's how many leads can our business handle to follow up with them efficiently and correctly to get these people started as members or on a trial, depending what system you're running. But then there's also the ongoing systems of how many trials can our business handle each and every month. Now, as I said, we're always aiming to break the inflows to be able to, handle 50, 60, 70 trials a month. And that's where you should be aiming for. But if you're not quite there at the moment, you want to edge yourself up where you go from, getting 10 leads a week to 15 to 20 to 25 to 30, 35 to 40. So your systems can catch up as you're doing it and you're learning it along the way. That's where a lot of people, like where you run these like crazy free offers, it's not that the actual offer or the leads is bad, because getting all these leads is really good, but it's that the systems, the sales follow-up systems, the onboarding systems actually break down. So you need to know exactly where you're at in your business and then grow your business consistently from going 10 to 15 to 20. Okay. The next one is, how do you get consistent referrals by setting up systems? So, when most people start to grow their business, like the main way they grow is through word of mouth and referrals, right? As you start to get like on a bigger scale on that, and it's not the owners within the business getting these referrals, is we want to set up systems that generate consistent referrals without you having to do all the work. So look, the first thing, guys, with referrals is you have to have an amazing product and brand, right? You've got to be getting people results or have an amazing community that they want to invite people down. And what I mean by that, right, is some people come and they want results. They want to lose that 10 to 15 kilos, okay? Other people just want to come to a gym. They want to smash out their training sessions, have a good time, and hang out with really good people. So having amazing trainers who build relationships will fill that need, where they're like, hey, come down to my gym. I absolutely love training there. The trainers are legends. It's such a fun place. But also people will refer if you're getting them amazing results as well. Ideally, we want to get both at all times if that's what the person wants. But, as we know, people train at gyms for differing reasons. Not everyone's there to actually lose that 10 kilos. They're kind of, might be there for other reasons along the board. So firstly, make sure you have really friendly trainers, really amazing internal culture. You're doing your monthly events, and you're delivering a great product, and also you're getting amazing results. Now, the next one is you want to have a basic referral system, Okay, so one of the most basic and effective I've seen is where a member of your gym can give anyone in their friends network, working community that they know, a free 7-day trial. Okay, in that 7-day trial, they'll come in, goal setting session, they get unlimited training, meal plan, in-body scan, kind of normal first 7 days. Obviously, you're trying to upgrade them to a paid program immediately, but if that referral joins up to a 24-week program, then the member who referred gets anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks free training or some kind of gift. It could be $50, $100. The way we kind of see it is that if a member gives us a client who signs up for 24 weeks, our average customer lifetime value is like 2,800. We're like, okay, cool. Like, happy to give the member, $240 in free training because we're actually getting the $2,800 in lifetime value. That's where, like, knowing your numbers is really important. If you haven't set one of these up before, I would set up like a pretty low gift to start. It might be $50 a week, 2 weeks free training. But then whenever anyone cancels in your business, guys, you want to track these two things. Firstly, like the cancellation and the reason. But then you also want to track how many weeks were they a member in your facility and how much revenue did they generate for your business. So then you can start to know your customer lifetime values really, really tightly. This isn't about retention, it's about referrals. But if we ever talk about retention, those are a couple of the key stats we need to know. And that's just going to set up a really basic referral system for your business, right? Your members are all going to give away 7 days free to people. When they join up, they get 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks of free training. So win-win for both parties. Then when you're kind of actioning this and putting it into place, we recommend having a 30-minute referral meeting while you're getting this up and running with all your staff to educate your staff on when to ask for referrals. The biggest probably problem with not getting enough referrals, you're probably not asking enough for them, and you haven't taught your trainers when to identify the high points of a really great time to ask for a referral. So that's what you'll do in these meetings. And then also in your private groups, each week you'll thank everyone publicly and in your emails for referring to your business. And then you'll also make sure that you publicly state the gifts that they receive or what's the benefit for referring. And then you use a couple of basic forms. You can use ClickFunnels, Wufoo, so they can send that out to their friends and you can track it. And then also as well, you can have like leaderboards and things like that, where if someone, has referred you 10 people, they might get, an extra special gift. That's probably a little bit down the line. Just set up the initial referral system where everyone kind of wins by giving referrals. You win, the client wins, and then you go from there. And then make sure you educate and train your trainers on how to get referrals. Okay, don't ever just think that they know how to. You constantly need to be, training them. And then you want to have systems where you're reminding them, and it's in their weekly KPIs that it's like, look, as a part of your KPIs, Jimmy, you need to get us 1 referral a week. We did 8 weeks of training. There's a video in the portal on it. If you're not hitting it, how can we help you to make sure that you're getting at least 1 referral a week? You have 4 staff members in your business, guys. That's 4 referrals a week, 200 a year, all happy days from there. Now, the next one is kids and youth training worthwhile? So guys, firstly, 100% it is worthwhile running kids and youth training. We're going to be presenting next Saturday on the Future of Fitness business, and kids and youth training is included in that business model. Now, is it worthwhile for you at the moment? It really depends how your current business is going, because setting up kids and youth training adds business complexity to yourself at the moment, where then you have to go and market it, build joint ventures and things like that. So it's something that you want to invest heavily into some thinking on, and when you action it is a completely different story. Okay, if everything's running well in your business, your adult training is like dominating, it's growing consistently, you've got good time, you've got good staff to invest in the startup of this, then it's time to pull the trigger. If not, we need to take a step back and go, roger that, really good idea. Term 1 in next year is when we're going to launch it. The way that we launched ours was, it was $20 a class. We had like memberships, but we found with the kids, we kind of targeted like athletic kids who were like playing sport and things like that, all the really like best athletes, especially in the ages of like 12 to 17 guys, like generally have like they're with the Sydney Swans or the Manly Seagulls in our area and stuff like that. So you more get like the mid-level kids. But we set it up as $20 a class, runs Monday to Thursday. They can pick between 1 and 4 classes. In season, they usually do 1 a week. In off season, they'll do like 2 to 3. Okay, then you want to make sure that you have an amazing trainer involved. Someone like I believe who's probably been like an ex-athlete as a kid and played at a pretty high level is like usually a pretty good fit. And if you're doing like the younger kids classes kind of things for, primary school, someone who has like a pretty good tolerance, is like a really fun personality, and doesn't take life too seriously is a pretty good fit for those kind of sessions. Now, first of all, guys, when you launch it, you've already got your client base. So the way that we launched ours is we actually started only on 1 afternoon a week for the first term because we hadn't actually built the relationships. We were kind of like, let's just go ahead, get it started. We've got 500 members, we'll sort it out. Then we did the one class and it worked really well. I think we had maybe 13 kids in that and, ran really, really well. We super enjoyed it. And what we actually did is set up a weekly kids and youth meeting. It was at 11:30 a.m. on Wednesdays with one of our trainers who was managing that. I was talking to my friend Caleb today about the importance of having someone internally in your business managing and owning something, so it's not just the business owner doing it. So we let our team take ownership of that stuff. And then what we did off the back of that is we set up joint ventures and affiliations with junior sporting clubs and also schools. And then, as you know it, the first term was pretty quiet. I think the second term we went up to about 60 kids. And then, as you guys know, I recently sold Co5, so I'm not following it like too massively, but it just kind of continues to grow from there through those joint ventures and affiliations. We never really ran paid ads for it because we didn't really have the need for it, because we went more down the sporting clubs, joint ventures, went down to their trainings, and it worked amazingly well for us. We're able to implement it because in our clubs we have 5 full-time trainers, so it was very quick to implement. The first term was slow, but we wanted it to be nice and slow and controlled, and then we grew it quite quickly from there. So with anything, guys, what you're looking at with like an idea like this, and this is any idea, it's what's the cost of implementation, both in time, in finances, and how can you do it in a controlled pattern. With kids and youth training, because you can run it for a term, and you could do a thing where it's like, hey guys, we're launching kids and youth training, here's all the details. If we get 8 people, we're going to run it. So then you have like kind of the safety barrier for it as well if you decide to not run it. And then you want to go out, introduce yourself to all the junior sporting clubs, all the schools, grow it through joint ventures. It's honestly the easiest and most simple way to grow kids and youth training, and it is highly referable. Kids refer way more than adults. I don't know, what it is. They're at school together, they're hanging out. So if you come in, you show them a good time, you make them have, you help them have fun in the session where they enjoy it, is they'll be talking about it at their schools, they'll be talking about it at their clubs. And another thing we did actually was we aligned with the local like sporting clubs, and what we did is we gave their best and fairest winners, so the best kids, free training for a month when they won that. Just on the proviso is you've got like a gun in the team, right, who's fucking dominating every week, is parents talk, right? So like, hey, little Max is like down here, he's focusing on this, like, he plays his sport. And then off the back of that, we're able to get a lot of referrals, a lot of people interested, because we had the most highly talented kids within that certain team coming down and training with us, like before they went to footy training and things. And that helped us get a nice little pickup as well. So guys, if you watch this long, thank you. I appreciate it on a Sunday. If you're looking to get answers like this anytime you want, I'd love to invite you to join my Inner Circle program. It's like $50 a week. You can send me a private message. We can have a chat about that. I can kind of show you the page, which kind of tells you everything you need to know about that program. Have a really great day, guys.